Diaz. Welcome back to the show. We are live over here on our YouTube channel. If you're listening to us on Spotify, hello, how are you? The OGs are still here. Alexis and Nicole, say hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
Janae's out. I talked to Janae last week. She is fine. She's still recovering from some gallbladder issues, but she's okay. So, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Okay, there's a lot of happy stuff, which I'm happy about. All right, but we're gonna get into it. First things first, let's start with the happy stuff, the stuff that's fun, sweet, and nice. Okay, so we have some people in the comments. Hello. Oh, Johnny said we're his favorite podcast. Thank
Oh,
you.
our bride will be transferred to you soon.
Wow, that's crazy. So there's a lot of pregnancy going on in the air these days. Lana and Rusev have announced via Instagram and the rest of social media that Lana is expecting. So congratulations to you, Lana, on your pregnancy. I hope that you have a happy, healthy, bouncing baby, no matter what the gender is. I hope you're happy. That's all I can tell
Hmm.
you. More babies because people just can't stop fucking apparently. Tori Wilson, however, she had her baby via in vitro. I think it was surrogacy. She had her baby, but she has had her baby as well. Lana is currently pregnant. Tori Wilson has her baby. This is not my picture. They have this picture up on the internet, and I found this picture. Okay, I just want people to know that I ain't putting this lady baby out there. Okay, because baby face is covered. I didn't do this. Okay, don't come at me.
Her baby looks absolutely. And I can't say this about a lot of newborns. And if I'm sorry if y'all think that, oh, your baby's so cute. Now some of y'all newborns come out looking like I don't know what they look like, but mine was cute when she came.
Alexis, that's
That,
crazy.
that baby looks adorable. And to that surrogate girl, I hope that heartburn was worth it because that baby came out with a full head of hair.
She is extremely happy from what I read online, some of the articles, and I'm glad that she's happy. And I'm glad that the women of WWE former currently are able to have children. They're able to live their lives and be successful at that because that wasn't always the case. And so I'm just happy that they're thriving and being able to do what they want to do and they're not just, boxed into a corner. So congratulations to you, Lana, and to you, Tori Wilson. Motherhood. Love you both for that. Now,
Literally,
Indy
mother.
Hartwell. Yeah, motherhood, child.
Ugh,
the,
good luck.
the next the next piece of news is Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell is engaged. Her partner proposed to her and she accepted. So she is going to be married and off the market very, very soon. Indy's been with her partner for quite some time. I really hate that y'all do this, and I really want y'all to stop digging into the wrestlers' personal lives and exposing them because it's not fair, and to they should be able to live their lives and speak their truths and tell people what they want them to know when they're ready. But I remember when everybody was online and they basically outed her with her partner. I don't. It's not like an outing like they told everybody that she was gay, but it was just that was her privacy, her personal business, and a lot of people were sharing it and telling everybody. It was very similar to what happened to Dakota and Shayna Baszler. I just don't like it. I feel very icky when people do that.
As far as I'm
But
concerned, personal lives, as long as they're not a piece of shit, I really don't care what they do behind closed doors.
I don't care either. I just don't want people to be telling their business. That's all. I want people to be able to have their right to privacy. Like if you were single and you were dating someone, but you know what I'm saying, you wanted to be able to keep it private, and somebody just went and put all your shit out on social media. If you were a celebrity, that's hurtful. Like why would you expose me like that? You know what I'm saying? And given how wrestling fans are extremely homophobic, transphobic, and just cruel, Like, you get what I mean? It's just nasty work. But let me make sure my mic is on. It's on. But she is engaged. She is happy. And in the picture, which I forgot to have, there was a picture of her showing her ring, and Dexter, he gave her a portrait. I think it was carrying her partner. It's pretty cool. So
Of those, like they had not only the best love story, they had the best chemistry with each other. When Dexter got released the first time, Indy was like the first person. She wrote that heartfelt thing, and then when Indy got released, he was, he kind of broke because he doesn't really post much, like out of character
yeah,
online.
yeah,
Did for, and I was like, that is the most big brother little sister energy that I've ever seen, like two grown people share, and it's so cute. And I'm just happy for Indy and for all those people who want to do and say shit about her. Bitch, she got a ring and you don't. So shut up.
that's crazy.
Am I wrong?
No, no, you're not. Um, so we also have some more happy news. There was a situation with Jacob Cohen. Jacob Cohen was a longtime TNA fan, and he was. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. He was a longtime fan of TNA. He was there all the time, always working with them, taking pictures, posting, and very much, like one of those people that was constantly giving TNA the wrestling content and exposure they respectfully needed. Well, recently he was kicked out of the TNA event. There was no word as to why this was done, but he came back online to clear everything up. And it says that the TNA producers and executives contacted him, apologized because they did something in error, and they, have rectified the situation with him. I don't recall if they gave him a refund for his ticket, but I believe that they did. But don't quote me on that because I don't want nobody coming at my neck. But they seem to have gotten things worked out, and he says that he'll be back at another TNA show. So I'm glad everything worked out, and I'm glad that the situation was rectified. When you make a mistake, that's how you fix it. So kudos to them for reaching back out to the fan and getting everything worked out. So we got that. Now, uh, speaking of TNA, we're gonna be into some not so fun news. Okay, Mike Santana was the current, or was the former TNA champion. He finally got his title at Bound for Glory. It seemed like, he was on quite the roll. I don't think Mike Santana had been champion for a month.
It wasn't even a month.
No, he hasn't even had a chance to defend the title. Like, legitimately defend it in a legitimate title match, not some bullshit call your shot match. He did not get the opportunity to be the champion that he set out to be. Um, this all happened very eerily. So the way it was set up at the last show that they had, which was, what's the name of that goddamn show? Turning Point. At Turning Point, it was that Thursday actually before Turning Point. They had their show, the weekly episodic show, and they were getting ready to, have a match. It was supposed to be Mike Santana versus Ryan Nemeth. The match was happening. It seemed like everything was cool. And then all of a sudden, NXT guys jump in. And we're talking the secondary cast. We're not talking about the main ones. And I hate to say it that way, but that's just true tea. So we're talking about Lexus King, Tyson and Tariq. We're talking about Stacks, Jensen, um, and somebody else I'm missing because it was a bunch of them. a bunch of them out there. Came out there and attacked Mike Santana. I mean, right during his match with Ryan Nemeth. And this is when Kazarian came out and cashed in with his Call Your Shot trophy. And that's how he got the championship. 24 hours, less than 24 hours later, was Turning Point. According to the dirt sheets, Mike Santana wasn't answering the phone. He was not answering texts. Talent was saying that he was angry about his title run, the finish of the match. He was angry about everything. Um, then he showed up at Turning Point last minute and he had a match with Steve Macklin, and it was against Kazarian and somebody else. That match ended up imploding because of NXT guys. It's like the same guys. It was Lexis King, Tyson and Tariq. Like the same guys were out there attacking them. I don't understand it. Ava was there. Ava claimed she had nothing to do with this. Shawn Michaels says he had nothing to do with it. And essentially, they hired security, but the security, it didn't do anything. So Mike Santana and Steve Macklin, I believe they beat Kazarian and them, but during the match they got attacked. They beat down Kazarian and Steve Macklin. I mean, they beat down Macklin and Santana, and then they went after Kazarian last and beat him down. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe on Gold Rush they'll explain what they're doing tonight, or on Thursday at TNA they'll come out there and explain what is going on. But they've just been attacking them week after week, match after match, show after show. It's just been happening over and over and over again. Now, a lot of people are confused because they don't understand if Mike Santana is truly upset about him losing his title or if this is all a work. Now, a lot of people that I have come across in the IWC believe it's complete work. They don't think that Santana's really pissed off. They think he's just playing the role and playing the long haul. And I'm like, I legitimately think he is upset about him losing that title so early, not having a chance to defend it, and everything that he worked so hard for, like within weeks, it's gone. And you didn't even, there was no real reason for it. There's no true reasoning behind it. Now, the rumor is that they gave the title to Kazarian so that Kazarian can have a match with AJ Styles in like a one last match type of thing, because Styles is retiring next year. I don't know if that's true. That hasn't even been built up. If it is true, there's no real definitive answer to any of that. But those are the facts. That is everything that we know. The only thing that's left, and I'll let the girls come in and give their opinion, is that Mike Santana cut a promo after the show went off. He basically said that he was pissed off.
What?
She's watching Goat Rush.
John Cena is picking the men's and women's Iron Survivor competitors.
What? Why? I am so sorry.
He's letting that nigga do everything.
Right.
Or he gets out of here.
Jesus Christ.
I love John Cena, but if you're the one who picked the people to be in your tournament, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Well, no, they said the Little Yachty loves WWE.
Mm-hmm.
They put, it's so crazy. Is he going to show the PSP? Damn it! I thought he was going to show the PSP again.
He showed it yesterday. Did you see it?
I fucking loved that. I was like, that's good. I was like, that was good. It's so funny. They'll show Little Yachty up and down.
Told you.
They love that man. I don't know who likes Little Yachty behind there, but somebody back there fucking loves Little Yachty.
Mm-hmm.
Because they stay showing him when he's there. I can't believe NXT. Oh, they're in that other arena that's inside. The fact that Madison Square Garden is so
Has
fucking
two
big,
arenas.
it has an arena inside the
Side of
arena
an
is
arena.
so fucking mind-boggling to me. Because
But
I was like, how is NXT going to be Madison? I was like, oh no, they're going to put them in that smaller arena again.
so he basically just said, I showed up to the fans. I showed up to be there for y'all. And this TNA is still my home. That's what he was saying. So, what y'all think about Mike Santana losing his title and everything that we've seen leading up till now?
I don't like it. I don't like how they basically put Santana through hell and back when it came to getting that title off a Trick, all the bullshit he went through. And it wasn't even like, why all of a sudden are all the NXT people showing up on TNA shows? That makes, I mean, like, honestly, this is what the men's war games should be, but what the fuck do I know, apparently, according to everybody. Not y'all, but you know what I mean. But like you make this big deal about him being your first ever Puerto Rican TNA world champion. You hype this up. You have the whole internet, you have the whole IWC behind Santana to beat Trick. And you don't even give him a good title run. And you give it to Frankie Kazarian, who's been in the game for 20 years and still can't talk. And if they're like, oh, it's to go up against AJ, Santana could have went up against AJ. LAX was in TNA the time that AJ Styles was getting his career taken off. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And then it's just, I saw something today and I wanted to bring it up to y'all. I didn't say it in the group chat. I wanted to bring it here. People are now starting to say that this is suspiciously.
I don't think this is. Sorry to interrupt you. I just had to say, Soruka looks so fucking good in this gear.
She's back?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's back.
She looks so good in this gear. Also, oh, sorry about to turn on this lady.
I don't know that, love.
Why does Blake have a towel on? What is this bitch about to do? Oh my god, I'm sick of her.
But no,
She got a towel. Like, what is she doing?
like you built this up and now you're like people are saying like this is starting to remind them of the TNA AEW relationship because it just seems like TNA while their guys certain people are getting platforms but you're letting these guys come in and run roughshod and take titles and you have fucking Kaylani out here like oh well we in TNA need to stick together bitch you literally just got here. You are not even signed. What do you mean we need to come together as a locker room? You just looking for a place because your old place kicked you out. Pure and simple. I don't like this. And if Santana actually was mad and didn't want to come to work, I would be 100% behind him. Cuz I'm like, why am I going to do this just for me not to even have a good title run and y'all are going to take it away and give it to somebody. And again, no shade to Frankie Kazarian. Kazarian's been in the game long enough. He did not need to win that title. He did not need to win that title. And I love Frankie
There's
Kazarian.
literally, honestly, and I hate to even say this, there's literally no reason for him to even be in the main title picture.
I have
To be
to
honest,
agree.
like
Like,
I think it's great. Like again, like yes, you do need to have like an OG that's sort of like circling, but what the fuck? That's what Nick Nemeth is for.
Or
Like,
dude,
there's
let
no
Steve Macklin
reason.
do it.
Like,
He's
there's
there.
no reason for Frankie Kazarian to be in the main title picture when there's other people on that roster they can put in that position. Like, I'm trying to think of who's fucking there. Hell, fucking
Macklin,
Eddie
AJ Styles.
Edwards.
Yeah.
Eddie
Eddie
Edwards is a
Edwards.
former champion. Fucking Fandango's ass.
He's getting ready to
Like,
retire.
I know that's so sad. He's retiring. I know he's retiring next year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many. So there's no reason, in my opinion, for Frankie Kazarian even should low key. And I hate to even say this, he shouldn't even have had the opportunity to even have that opportunity.
and that's
Hmm.
To
another
be honest,
I
to really
agree.
be honest.
crazy about this is like y'all want to give all these, and I understand giving people their flowers, but y'all are giving all these old heads shots that they really don't fucking need. Why didn't you give that world title shot thing to Steve Macklin?
Literally anybody.
I
AJ
mean,
Francis
And
would have
they
been a
got and
good
they got
one.
Steve Macklin in fucking the mid card for like almost 2 years now.
Yeah,
I don't
Why
even,
is
I'm
he in the mid card still?
not even saying this to be funny. I'm
and I love
legit,
Macklin.
buddy has left. I don't know who's there anymore.
Well,
Right?
half them people ain't gonna be there anymore because their contracts are up anyway. So
They could have gave that opportunity to Mustafa.
Yeah, they could have.
they could literally said there's. That's what I'm saying. Like that opportunity could have went to so many fucking people, and it just I don't like it. Like that's some WWE type fucking booking. Like
Yeah,
why is he not barely a month in, and you put it on Frankie Kazarian? It'd be different if it literally went from him to AJ Styles.
right.
I would still feel some type of way, but at least it'd be a little bit better. But fucking Frankie Kazarian, what the fuck does he got to do that's that important that you had to disrupt? Where did
What he
these
got
dudes
done
win?
for with Santana. It's just
Yeah,
it's the whole Becky beating Bianca at SummerSlam in under 30 seconds, and then people are like, "Oh, it's to build Santana up." What the fuck does Mike Santana have to prove to be built up as a champion?
I don't know who said that, but you're weird. He was already champion. How much more building did he need? They did that building to get him to the championship. That was
and
the
that's why,
build.
and that's also, and that's like a different type of circumstance because, like again, it was opposite. Not Becky. Bianca ended up working her way back up to where she was undeniable, and then she finally got it back.
Hmm.
This is reverse. Like he did all of that to get where he's at, just to lose it to fucking Frankie Kazarian of all fucking people because of some rigmarole.
Yep.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's weird.
Even when he didn't even beat him clean, he had the NXT guys
That's
jump.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's weird. Like
Hmm.
the whole thing is fucking weird.
I don't
But
know,
whatever you
but
want to do, we'll stand by you. Oh, Jesse Love that. Um, they got to promote fucking this CW NASCAR. Um, I'm shocked he doesn't have a Penske shirt on. Um, but yeah, it's a fuck. I hate it. All right, I'm gonna talk about something else because I'm pissed.
so yeah, I knew they were gonna retain their titles. Yeah. They're gonna end up dropping them things to Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. Anyways, um, so Jordan looks so cute. She's been very cute as of lately with her outfits.
Who?
Jordan.
What are you
Oh,
watching?
the beginning of NXT.
Oh, you? No, I can't do that. I have to watch it. I have to real time. I can't go back.
Anyways, so listen, we don't know what's going on with Kazarian and them. Hopefully they'll figure it out, and maybe we'll see what's going on with this NXT shit too. Constantly attacking them. Anyways, um, so there's some sadder stuff happening. So if I say this lady's name wrong, I apologize. But I remember her name to be um Rebby, and she was
It's
with
Rebel.
it's
Yeah, it's
Rebel.
just called Rebel.
She was with Britt Baker, and she is diagnosed with cancer. And she came out on her social media, on Instagram. I think it was today, and it was today or
No, it was
yesterday,
yesterday.
and she basically told everybody what was going on. She seemed to be very shaken up by it, and rightfully so. My heart goes out to her because I mean I don't know what I would do, and obviously, most people they have people rallying behind them, and she said she was very overwhelmed with all the support and all the love. So I'm glad that everybody is rallying behind her because sometimes that's all you need to fight back. It's very sad, but let's hope against hope. Okay, let's hope that everything works out for her and she's able to beat this.
Yeah.
I don't want to go any further because it always makes me cry. So
Well,
good
wishes
luck.
to her. Hopefully treatments and everything go well successfully, and you're to healthily come above this.
1000%. All right. Speaking of AEW, their show Blood and Guts was really good from what I understand. Everybody's talking about the women's match and how brutal it was. For it to be the first women's Blood and Guts, it was a successful match. Now, they started with the story and they ended with the story, and they're going to continue the storyline with Tony Storm because her wife, as she calls her, was brutalized in that match. They made her watch her be beaten down and bleeding. It's pretty it's pretty brutal shit.
Talk about the fucking promos that Tony has been cutting lately after
Oh,
this, though.
Tony's a master at cutting damn good promos. I ain't even
Yeah.
gonna lie. Those were solid promos.
But
And I expect nothing less.
yeah, they continue that storyline. They continued on the Mercedes and Chris title match that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That was just wonderfully done, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
top to bottom. The whole match. And even with the extreme violence of it, the extreme violence of it was needed. Like there was one spot, and I don't even fuck with Marina Shafir like this, but this was so crazy. Like she literally, she's barefoot,
She stepped on glass.
literally rubbed her fucking foot in glass just so
And
she
then
could get shards in it and kick the shit out of someone with it.
yeah.
That
But
was, I was like, oh, also this is perfect. Like it was everything was so the brutality of it was amazing. It was wonderful. It was needed. And I think I sent a clip like earlier what like Nick was talking about it on Busted Open because there's 5 million people on Busted Open Radio.
Yeah.
Um and he was saying how also he thinks like another reason that they were so brutal because again he's like you're not going to see something like that in 2 weeks, and he's right, talking about war games,
I don't
which
want to see
is
that.
like
We'll be
I
honest.
wish again, like they're starting to get a little bit more lenient about this. I think because since TKO also has UFC, I don't think they're so uppity about it like Vince was. But I do think again, like it might be too soon because they'd be like, oh, they're copying it. But when they do have is like, especially, and I know, like especially with like matches like that, they need to be able to let them to do crazy shit like that. Not all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but for a war games, and that's what I'm saying. And then like that's just like, and also thinking about like you're in a war game, somebody should be bleeding in there.
thank you.
Like we can't just have like a war games, like if it's like whatever, like a traditional 5 versus 5 whatever, that's fine, but in actual war games there's no reason that there has to be some type of brutality involved.
Somebody needs to throw a chair at somebody and it
Like
busts it.
somebody needs to get busted open, someone needs to have something sticking out their arm, like something.
I
Like
need
you,
I need like horror, not like gore, but I need like horror movie level bullshit to start going.
yes.
I don't need that.
Look, after
I can't. It's just for me, it doesn't make I feel like it doesn't, like, to me, like, again, it's like, I don't mind, like, I love hardcore, like, that's what, like, I first grew on, and I know that's not for everyone, and it's not one of those things, but I feel like when you have, like, a war games, or you have, like, a elimination chamber, there needs to be something of that variety in there. It doesn't have to be encompass the whole entire match, but there needs to be some type of element that's in there.
like if me say like the three of us were in a war games match and like I was on the opposite side of you guys, I know Tiff would not want to do something crazy like that, but I would go to Nicole and be like, we need to plan something that's going to be one of the big, if not the big spot, one of the big spots in this match, so we can have that holy shit moment. And I mean, I know I said this last week, but they don't have to go full stepping on glass, kicking bitches in the
No,
face.
and only if it's literally just one person, that's fine. But there
They need to,
has to be something.
they need to give
The feuds gotta be, but see, with them, AEW's feuds went there because it was already built that
Yeah,
way.
that's why I'm saying, like, it can't be that extreme as they went to, but there has to be some type of element where there is.
they
There
have to
has to
give
be
The only
something.
people in that match that would be worthy of having some type of bloodshed is Becky Lynch and Lee, or the Kabuki Warriors and Rhea and Io.
I don't
They're
know,
the only
somebody, so
ones.
one of them bitches got to bring a blade in there. I'm sorry. I hate to
I
say it like that. One of you bitches got to put a blade in your gear, call it a day.
I don't use
Um,
blood for brutality. I understand what you guys are saying,
yeah.
but me personally, I don't need blood for that. I just don't, and I see it far too often in AEW's matches, and it's been happening a lot. I get it for blood and guts. It's blood and guts. You
Yeah.
expect to have blood in those matches, but the last match Moxley had with Darby Allin was insane. It was insane. People were mocking getting drowned. Like he fucking had his face in a bucket of water and damn near killed him. Moxley was bleeding within the first couple of minutes of the match.
because
Like
Mox can't have a normal
Yeah.
wrestling match. He
Yeah,
can't.
well,
I
that's like, to me, that's like different. I'm talking about like an actual, like an actual. Well, that was a stipulation, but I mean something, because I sorry, like comparing them to War Games, because War Games and Blood and Guts are the same thing basically. It's the same match. It's
Yeah,
just got a different name. But like I'm saying, it's like I loved like what the woman did, and was brutal. Like Sky Blue was in there for all of 60 seconds and started bleeding. Um but it was because, but she was just somebody, she was like, you know what, I will do that, I will be that one,
right.
which will get her, honestly, will get her far. um
You
but
seen the risk?
Sky Blue's great.
Have
And
you?
she got like a lot of respect for what she did in that match, from like fans, from like people behind the scenes, like whatever, like she just got a lot of respect. um but at the same, but that's what I'm saying, like I loved it because it warranted that. Every ounce and bit of violence made sense, and all continued. Every single storyline that they all had with each other all continued on with it. And then my thing is that, unfortunately, I don't know if we're probably not going to see something like that in the women's war game. I don't care about the men's war games.
Yeah.
The women's war games, even though there should, that's what I'm saying, like they're not going to be as brutal as they were, and also wouldn't make sense because that would just be way out the blue. But
yeah,
they have to, but there needs to be something. But in my opinion, like I said, and even for the men's, you're, especially with the people that's all the people that's in there now, someone needs to bleed somewhere.
I think in the men's match there will be blood.
There should, and that's what I'm saying, like, but there also should be in the women, because I feel like we can't like shy away from that just because it's the women.
That part I'm not concerned with. I don't care. I'm just not a I am not somebody who sits and is just like I gotta see blood in order for me to accept it was a brutal match. For me, that's not necessary. But
Uh,
I'm not shy. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm not saying that it's not a good idea. I'm just saying for me personally, I don't need it.
All I just need them to do when it comes to the women's match is they need to give us something a little bit more than those weak ass chair shots that they were giving it to us last year.
Yes. It was
Well, that
Honest,
was
last year.
nice.
Last year was soft. Like the past couple years have just been soft. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just very soft. It's very pillowy. It's very like they hold like again, like no one wants to injure each other, but come the fuck on, man.
no,
Like
I mean, like,
it's too soft. Like
I,
you're
I
in
love,
a fucking war games. Be
I,
if you punch someone, you bust your socket. Oh well, you bust your fucking socket. Just buy her some damn flowers. Like it's just I feel like like sometimes like they just like they hold back a little too much, and which is like let's loosen the reins of it because you're actually in a spot where you can loosen those reins. Like let's get with the program.
and if they do it again this year and it's because of Naya, bitch, I'm gonna be on your ass when we're tearing that PLE apart. But it's just like if me and Nicole were wrestlers, I love Nicole. She's like my sister. But if me and her were in war games on opposite teams, me and her are gonna be like planning shit. And she could bust my fucking nose. I'd be sitting next to her in the bar with my nose taped up having a beer afterwards. Like, it's not
Bust
that.
my shit. I will be in that little corner, blading, because I will not blade my actual forehead, but I'll blade my scalp because obviously my hair's there. Oh, 100%. For
Oh
I'd
my
be
God.
in there 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Blade in my fucking head. Not even 10 minutes. I have 5 minutes. I'm in there blading my head. Let's go.
Grab my fucking face and like actually grate it across the fucking cage. Like do this for real shit, man.
Yeah. Like literally throw a trash can lid at my actual face.
Throw a chair at me, like legit, like right there between my eyes. Like just throw a chair at me. Like we'll hash it out later. Like
In Naya's defense, I mean,
Is she trying to stop the match?
she's gone balls to the wall before, and then she's gotten in trouble for it. So I understand why she has some hesitation, but I
Oh my god!
but
she threw in the towel for her.
who threw in the towel?
Sorry.
We saw this coming.
Yeah.
Oh, the lesbians are breaking up.
No, they're not breaking up. Like Blake had her leg. It was torqued back. It was
She
bad.
probably would have ended up tapping
It was
anyways.
bad. It was bad. But that's gonna
Oh,
be
I
the
love
catalyst for
her.
them. She had her leg bent back. It was bad. I knew
Eesh.
it. She had a target on her. There was no way she was gonna beat her,
I feel like
and
she's
her
gonna
leg.
be in that Iron Survivor. I feel like she's gonna be one of his picks.
If she recovers
No, I'm not talking about Soul, I'm talking about Blake.
as
I
champion,
I think I think we're gonna be very surprised. Because I low key think he like actually like pick these people.
I just want to know why John Cena's picking people though.
because
Because
this is all he
he's
got
been like
left.
an NXT for
He
like the
loves
he's
NXT.
yeah he loves NXT. He's obsessed with Javon Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's obsessed with everyone down there. They said he's been I want to say like a month now, a little bit over a month, like a
He
month and a
goes.
half.
He's at that performance center a lot. When he has time to go, he's there, and he was
Ooh,
very
Fallon look
vocal.
good. I love this little like racer thing she has going on. It's cute.
He's very vocal about NXT and how good it is. Anyways, so the rest of Blood and Guts was decent from what I understand. Didn't get to watch the whole show, but apparently it was decent. And people really liked it. Now a lot of people are comparing it, like we just heard with Alexis and Nicole, to the women's match at Survivor Series. Honestly, Nicole is right. If you're expecting to see what you saw at Blood and Guts, it's not happening. Um, However, I do think that it will be a good match either way. Do I think it's going to be brutal as blood and guts? No. But I am hoping for to have some brutality in that match. I'm hoping for that. As far as the men's blood and guts go, if I recall, Darby Allin and them won that match.
I
And
ain't watch
Hangman,
it.
I mean, there was no need to be fair. And if I recall, Hangman, he beat Will Hobbs in his match. He's one of the ops, and it was a false count anywhere. So there was that. Now, speaking of Survivor Series, Survivor Series is happening in 2 weeks. Okay. So currently, the lineup is set. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, and OTC1 are on Team CM Punk. Lego Goro, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, and Logan Paul are on Team Paul Heyman. That is your men's war games. On Monday, the show ended in chaos when they realized who the fifth members were going to be for each team. Now, I called this weeks ago. Nicole said it. And if I recall, Alexis was talking about this with us as well. I don't mind a storyline going into War Games, but I want it to be plausible when it goes in there. And what I find with Triple H is he makes sure to find ways to incorporate specific people into War Games around that time for the match instead of booking the storylines to lead up to War Games. He books the storylines around War Games. Does that make sense? Okay. So now in the women's side of the War Games match, we have Team Ripley, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte, Bliss, and now it seems AJ Lee is on their side. Then we have Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and possibly Becky Lynch on their side. We
Love that for
probably,
Lash.
yeah, we probably won't get a solid setup of their team until Friday, which is fine. It's fine. Um, but there was a little controversy for the women's side. Charlotte defected originally, but as she, saw her friend getting beat down, she came and rejoined the team. I don't know why they did that. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't understand it. I'm so confused, but whatever. There are your traditional war games matches. It's 5-on-5. 10 people are going to be inside that double-sided cage, and it is a free-for-all in there. You can do whatever you want to do. Now, the standalone matches that are happening in between the war games matches. Nikki Bella is facing off against Stephanie Becker, if you care. I don't care. So
So, and this is nothing to do with Stephanie either. Like it's not with her.
This is so funny to me.
I just don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit because we know that lady ain't winning anyway, so it
I
don't
just don't
matter.
care. So whatever, do whatever you want to do. And the
It's
way
so
she
funny.
prefaced it,
I'm
she
just
was
glad that she's back to her roots.
sure because she's a horrible actress. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry
was
to
like,
tell
oh
you,
my god. I said, stop with this nice shit, bitch.
she's just a
And
horrible
then she
actress.
stopped. I was like, oh, whew.
She said, "Thank God."
Like,
Like
thank
that's
God.
crazy.
God
That's
damn. It was too much.
Survivor Series War
Is
Games
Crumble
match.
closed?
Hmm?
Hmm?
Is it
What?
10 o'clock?
No, it's 9.
Most of the crumbles don't close till 10.
Maybe they stopped doing deliveries at
Oh,
9.
no, it is open. I was about to be
They
like,
close at 10.
oh, it closed on in 39 minutes on DoorDash.
Mm. They stopped deliveries early, but you can still go in there and get cookies till 10
I'm
o'clock.
just trying to see what flavors they have. I really
They got
don't
the
need
new
this.
They got a Dolce a tres leche cookies and cream cake. They
Ooh,
have a peanut butter skillet cookie. There is the regular chocolate chunk. There's a
stop.
blueberry pancake cookie, and there's something else. I'm missing a
There's
cookie.
literal bread pudding.
You're killing me here. I want you to know that.
Oh, there's banana pudding here in Cleveland because in they're regional
Yeah,
with
we
the
got banana pudding
flavors.
too.
We got
That
banana
iced
pudding.
oatmeal cookie looks like the iced oatmeal cookie. Ooh,
It looked like
look at
yeah, it looked
Oba.
damn. Oh, but it took a shirt off. He come every time he come out there with no shirt.
Talking about Oba Femi not coming out with a shirt on.
No. He's been doing that. He's mad
He
because
looks
he hasn't
nice.
been able to get his title back. He hasn't had no title shot. And Oba last week came out there
I
prepped
just want
and
to
ready
lay
to
my head
fight.
on his chest.
And his hair's down. This is how you know he not calm. His hair's down. He ain't got no shirt on, and his hands
Coming in
taped
like
up.
fucking Trick Williams.
No dead ass.
Tripping.
Like he just passed out, and I'm like, you got beat, fam. It's okay.
We just gotta skin over the fact that Nicole says she just wants to snuggle up between his
No, I
chest.
understand why. They
I
look
don't
like
think there's
nice.
anything wrong with that.
That's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. We love black love. We love that. Now the next match on the card for Survivor Series War
This looks so
Games
fluffy.
is John Cena facing off against y'all favorite Dirty Dom.
My favorite.
I saw this one video. I feel like I've sent it to you guys before. He needs to work for WWE. Like they need to fucking hire this man. But he like voices it over and he uses like 2K
Yes, I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
graphics to like
Oh,
do storylines, and one of them was like how to make Dom a star, and like the last 2 minutes literally I was crying.
well,
And it was like really thinking about it. Did anyone read the Players Tribune that Dom did? Not that Dom did, that Ray did.
I didn't get a chance to read it.
So he wrote a Players Tribute for obviously the anniversary. It was the 13th was the 20th anniversary of Eddie passing away,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. And in a section of it, he talks about Dom, and he was saying like how he was like you would be so proud of him because of the way that he's taken a little bit of everything and made it his own,
He has.
and
I saw.
how part of what he's doing is a love letter to what you used to do. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, and I know you would he's like, and I know you would condone every single terrible thing he has done. And he was like, and that's okay. He's a regardless of everything. He says that how proud of Dom he is, and he's like, and I know you would be too.
oh,
Oh.
I'm gonna cry now.
And I was like, oh my God, because literally it's like it's so crazy because we watch him grow up, and then when he got fucking signed like during COVID,
We were
and
all
then
like,
we were like, you know
I
what,
was
he's
giving him
okay.
shit.
We were like, you know what, he's okay. Worst case scenario, he'll just be like fucking mid card, whatever.
yeah. We were calling him Nepo baby and shit. Like,
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he is a nepo baby. A lot of them are nepo babies.
he,
Mm-hmm.
I watched part of not Tony, fucking Cody's podcast. It had Natalie had Natty on it. He was calling them nepo and calling themselves nepo babies.
They are.
He was like, "This is the nepo." He was like, "You don't know how excited I am," because he was like, "This is the nepo baby
Yeah.
podcast."
but they're the
He
Nepo.
loves a nepo baby. He loves the nepo baby thing, and he mentioned I
They're
don't
the
know who's it's either KO's. I feel like it is KO's son. Is like lightly started training.
That's a big boy.
And
And
that's
what the
what he was saying. He was
feed
talking
him?
about how he was like telling him, he was like, man, you got it great. He said, you don't got to work. He said, you don't got to be in the trenches. He's like, we got the road paved for you, man. He said, you ain't got to do much, but just train and show up.
Yep.
He's like, I love this for you. He's like, you're going to have a
Especially
girl.
with your dad. Oh,
Like he was literally was like, you said, you got a easy road. And then whoever the parent was, they were like, don't fucking tell him that. Like,
damn.
and he was like, it's true.
I mean,
Oprah
it's just
Winfrey crashing out.
It's funny. I'm like, embrace it. I was like, if one of his little girls get in the ring, that's a real big nepo baby.
oh God, if the Miz's kid gets like one of his daughters start wrestling, we could have Liberty versus one of the Miz kids at WrestleMania, whatever.
Oh, they battling it
Oh
out
my
at
god, Trick need to
deadline.
go home.
Please. You already lost.
Oh my god.
He
It's
needs
like
to go.
fucking it's like Finn, like you're a fucking loser. Go in the back.
Shit,
Damn.
that's her man.
Miles
Damn.
Warren, that's what I get. That's what yes.
Let's go, baby Orton.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right, Miles.
Just the way you said that just really kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Right. I'm not saying it like a sexual way, but I'm just like,
No,
that's
no, no. I mean,
right.
it seemed like in an evil overtone, like evil
It
master.
is because I see it. I see his future.
Well, can you see my future? Am I gonna get a sugar daddy or what? Because I'm tired of this 9 to 5 shit already.
Shit, I need to find myself a sugar daddy. I gotta get myself out the slums, and then I'm gonna help. Then I'll help everybody else.
oh, Miles Burns said he in that shit. He said he getting with it. Okay.
Appreciate.
I love that for Miles. I think he is an up next person as well. I feel like a lot of people sleep on Miles.
I agree.
I
Because he
feel
has
like he's
that ailment. He has
Hmm?
the partial hearing and stuff. And then they forget that he can really get down, that he can really wrestle.
and also he talks well enough. Fucking Cody's ass got a lisp.
Nigga.
You know what though? There's some the thing I love
He
about.
talks well enough to get, and that's what I'm saying. Like he talks well enough to get by.
I don't have a problem with him having the hearing issue as long as he can wrestle. And he's better than some of them back there that can hear. That's
That
just
have
keeping
full
it real.
hearing. Better a
I
lot of them got full 20, 30. I don't know how you measure fucking hearing.
you're deaf or you're not. I think that's. But you know what the sweet thing is when it comes to that? It's like uh, I saw online where this dad was watching wrestling with his kid who's deaf, and he saw Miles, and his dad's like, yeah, he's deaf, and the kid's like, and he's a wrestler, like he's an athlete, and he goes, yeah, and he's like, he said that his kid like lit up because he saw someone like him on TV, and it's like crazy Steve is legally blind. Like I talked to him when like all the years ago when I went to see him at that show here in
I always
Tennessee,
forget about that.
and I'm like, so not one of my friends who was drunk with me was like, yeah, man, how do you be a wrestler and blind? I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You don't say shit like that. And he goes, no, no, no. He goes, it's fine. He goes, he goes, if you ever notice, I always have to wrestle with the lights brighter than normal because I can make out the shape of someone, but I can't see. It's just like a blob, but I can see that blob. I'm like, dude,
That's
that's
crazy.
cool.
That's actually really cool.
Well, because if your hearing or your vision goes, all your other senses like kick in. Like that spidey sense, like where you have your headphones on, and you're not paying attention, but you have that feeling that someone's staring at you or someone's behind you.
Yeah.
That's humans are fucking weird, man. Like, I want to be Daredevil because that shit just sounds awesome.
So we speaking of NXT, since we are going to be commenting on it for a little while, deadline is on the 6th of December. It's the week before John Cena's final match on the 13th. It has one match booked already. It looks like Obafemi and Ricky Saints are going to be battling it out for that NXT championship.
Oh boy.
And more than likely, John Cena is probably going to end up picking Miles Bourne to be a part of the Iron Survivor Challenge. So hopefully he is picked because he should be.
There's three
But
people that I think I know he's picking.
mhm,
Um, Joe Hendry, Javon Evans, and Miles Bourne.
that's fine. That is fine by me.
I'm not sure about the other two. I think I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Trick Williams in there.
I would be mad if there was.
I wouldn't like it, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think there is gonna be somebody weird in there. Like like somebody you wouldn't even like think like Andre Chase or like somebody like that.
Okay, fine,
I think he's
fine.
gonna. I think he's gonna have most of them are gonna be like, okay, that makes sense, and then there's gonna be someone random as fuck in there, is because he like randomly had some fucking conversation with them at the PC and likes them.
Just don't put Trick Williams in there.
He's gonna be in there. I gotta listen to Miles Bourne.
Like, no, don't put him in there.
That's right. You make your point.
How come she ain't chastising all them motherfuckers that went to TNA last week and fucked shit up for Mike Santana?
Because she's in on it.
Anyways,
I don't think she's in on it because she don't like half them people. I just don't think she's just like I don't want to deal with it. She's like whatever.
damn, Javon and Josh still fighting.
These niggas been fighting for 20 minutes. Where did this chair come from?
There you go with that chain with your bitch
Oh my
ass.
gosh.
What is?
These refs is call the NYPD or they ain't
They're on the
showing up
chair.
today.
Showing up today.
Yep, going through the table. Well, he lost the match last week, so I don't understand why. Should have won then, bitch. What is wrong with you? Anywhoosies. So Gold Rush is on right now. And we have a couple things happening when it comes to Gold Rush. Okay. We saw a promo between Ricky Saints and Obafemi, and Obafemi was very clear that he wasn't going anywhere until he got his title back. He very much is on some crash out shit. It's the same way Trick Williams was when he lost his title. Um, we just saw first match of the night. I want to say was the tag team match in mixed tag team. You had Chelsea facing and Ethan facing off against Thea and Joe Hendry, and they retained their championships. I expected them to, so I wasn't too sad about it. So Ruka lost her title shot or lost her match against Blake Monroe. Blake had her leg bent back really far. And unfortunately for her, Zaria threw in the towel for her. So that sucked. But yeah, it happened. And then we're currently looking at the tag team match between Leon Slater and Javon Evans. They'll be facing off against Dark State. Hopefully Leon and Javon get the W on this one. But we don't know. Final match of the night is going to be the Women's NXT Championship. It's JC Jane facing off against Tatum. Now, let me give y'all a little tidbit of that let's get into some other things that we saw this week. TNA and AMC are in talks to possibly bring TNA to the AMC brand. Now, this is a bit pretty broad rumor. I've yet to see anybody like report on this any further, but I did see it on socials a few weeks ago. Now, AMC is pretty straightforward with their content, and TNA doesn't really fit, in my opinion. But whichever, however, me personally, I would try to stick closer to the brands that would be able to house my content and make it worthwhile. But I wouldn't go to AMC. I don't feel like that's the right channel for TNA to be on. But that's the rumor, is that they are in talks with AMC to possibly have their show run on the AMC channel. What you think, Alexis?
I don't think it fits. I mean, I would love for TNA to get on a channel or a streaming service that people have a lot of access to.
Hmm.
Um, I don't see that because like AMC, that's like Walking Dead and Breaking Bad and all that shit. I don't see where wrestling would fit in it.
I don't see it either.
I appreciate them trying to get them on TV though.
I agree. Um, Maybe they're changing their programming, but I wouldn't. What ain't broken, don't fix it. They have some good shows over there, and then they've got AMC Plus, and that has what Interview with the Vampire. That has that witches show that was on regular TV at one point. They got some good stuff over there. They just, I don't know what they gotta do to get it together. Um, so we got some new championships to talk about. Maxine Dupree is your new Intercontinental Champion. She won it this past Monday against Becky Lynch with a little help from AJ Lee. Congratulations to you, Maxine. Very proud of you. Very happy for you.
Yeah.
Nicole, you got something you want to say about Maxine, or you good?
Sorry, I'm watching Gold Rush. Very happy for her. I'm shocked. Even though I said that she probably was gonna win, but I'm still shocked that I was right, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think she's gonna have it for very long, to be honest, which is fine. She doesn't really need to hold it for very long.
I
I'm
agree.
just, I'm honestly, again, I'm just shocked, and also what I love about it, it goes to show you, and then Miz has even said it before, because akin to like how far he's gotten in his career,
Yeah.
hard work will always get you farther, especially in that business.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's not like she's fucking JC Jane or whatever, blah blah blah. But honestly, Becky's that same person. Hard work got her very far because, you know, out of the four of the horsewomen, in ring wise,
She's the weakest.
she's the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's why I'm saying, like, I'm just happy for Maxine because it really shows that hard work does pay off, and I appreciate that, and I love that for her.
Mm.
Okay. There's a new title in Sasha Banks' arsenal, aka Mercedes Monet. She beat the current Hog, or the former Hog Women's Champion, Phoenix. She beat her, took her championship, and gained 13. She now has 13 titles.
That's that's too much. This is way too fucking much. Like I'm not even mad. I'm not even annoyed. It's just at this point, what do you want me to do at this point, kind of thing.
Everybody was like, well, Hog was sold out and the subscription went up And I was like, hey, so let me get this right. Mercedes is a draw. We know this. Would it have been a much bigger draw, especially long term for Hog, to give that girl the win over Mercedes? Because we all know Mercedes is not going to be in Hog week after week to defend her title, right? So why not let the girl beat Mercedes and she continue to go forward as one of the women who was able to best the best in the business? That would have catapulted her to success. And people would have wanted to see her. They would have gone after her. But they did what they always do. They caved to the favorite. And all the fans are yelling and screaming about how Mercedes is the GOAT. She's the draw. Sure. When she gets that AEW Women's Championship and doesn't drop that TBS title or that Ring of Honor TV Championship, then we'll see what type of conversation will be happening. Because we're gonna revisit this later.
I already know what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it now, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Though.
Listen, last week we talked about West Side Gun and we talked about his copyright infringement and the situation with him and between him and WWE. Well, it came out that this has happened with West Side Gun before. And not necessarily copyright infringement, but more like, I guess you could call it that. He used one of the announcers' voices in his last, during that time, it was another album he was putting out or mixtape. I'm not sure. Pardon me, my ignorance, because I just don't like West Side Gun's music. So, me personally, I wouldn't know what he was doing or what kind of music he was making. So, pardon my ignorance. But anyways, he put out this song and it had the um the announcer's voice on there. He got upset and in his feelings and thought he could speak for the company and started talking about how he was going to be using WWE lawyers to sue him and take him down. And he ended up losing his job for being a weirdo, is the best way to explain it. So this has happened before with West Side Gun. He's using property or sounds, voices from the WWE. And while WWE doesn't own a voice, they do own the likeness of certain characters, including the ring announcers. There are certain things that you cannot utilize in your content or in music unless it is cleared. So this also lends another lot of credence to him not being very clear on what he can and can't do, even if it's in fair use. He's not doing it correctly. And because he's an entertainer himself, he should know better. He has a manager, he has PR, he has all of that. He should know better. But here we are. There have been no new developments on this either. There's been no conversation from WWE, no PR. The story hasn't been picked up any further than hotnewhiphop.com and Complex. It wasn't like it was on the Breakfast Club or anything like that, as far as I know. It wasn't anything like that. It went about as far as it did go, which is around the wrestling dirt sheets to black and brown content creators and of course black publications. That's it. That's all. What do you guys
I
think?
IP, intellectual property, and copyright, everything is so razor blade thin because, like, re-studying up for cybersecurity, I'm learning a lot about those kinds of laws because they go hand in hand. And it's such a slippery slope. Like, you have to be careful, especially nowadays. You have to be careful because if you use someone's, you can use someone's voice, and if they say, like, okay, say, like, we're talking right now, and say someone's listening to us, right? They take our voice and they use it in a song. Because they did not ask our permission for our voices, we could try to sue them. It may not go in our way, but a court will pick it up that, hey, this is my voice. It was taken without use, blah, 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 blah. It's just, I think it's just really dumb. Though it's like, dude, you're screwing with people, with a company that has lawyers on retainers, good lawyers, might I add, and you messing around with copyright shit with them. Like, no, dude, absolutely not. There's a reason why we don't even use like copyrighted material for anything. Everything that we've done, Janae's done the theme songs for a lot of our stuff. Tiffany,
Yeah.
the guy, did our logo. Like, yeah, we look like Dynasty from MLW, but it's our own spin on it. So yeah, the pose is like that, and we have bits and pieces of it, but we didn't completely do the
Jack their style. Yeah.
so this would technically be considered, if I'm saying this right, watch me not say it right, because again, relearning all this stuff. So technically, what our picture would be considered a parody
Hmm.
because it's not that. But the problem is, you're taking things, and I think I said this last week, but you're also using someone's like $1 Million Man is still alive. Virgil has passed away. $1 Million Man and Virgil's family could go after West Side Gun for using promote pictures of their family member that the family member did not authorize usage. So not only do you have WWE, Ted DiBiase, if he wasn't in his own legal trouble right now, Ted DiBiase could have gone after West Side Gun because he would be like, hey, you're using my image. I didn't allow you to do this. What was that a couple years ago? It blew up on TikTok where all those influencers were saying like like NYX Cosmetics or something like that were like taking their pictures off of Instagram and using it in like PR shit. You remember that?
Well, yeah. But that also happens in the beauty industry a lot. Like when you are looking at, like, especially hair companies, they the especially the Chinese hair companies, and no disrespect, but they steal a lot of the black influencers hairstyles from Instagram, Twitter. They steal a lot of their stuff, and they use that to market for cheap hair that isn't what they're selling. Like, they've been doing this shit for years. Or they're stealing from smaller boutiques or more high-end luxury boutiques and making cheaper versions or knockoffs of the products.
I think it's just stupid to take after someone's intellectual property or someone's copyright property and try to use it as yours and not thinking that you're not going to have repercussions.
His argument was, I was paying homage, and I was like, I feel as though you should know better.
If
The
you were going to
homage part is fine, but you should know better.
homage would have been like him dressed up as like Ted DiBiase or having something that looked like the $1 Million title belt or having something that had like that would look like Virgil or something like that. Like I would, if someone was like, I need you to look like Ted DiBiase, I'm getting me a suit, I'm getting all the chains. I mean, they're not going to be real, but you can get like some fake gold chains, some fake gold watches, put them all up your arm, deck yourself out and fucking cubic zirconia and shit. Like stuff like that. I mean, hell, you see cosplayers do it all the time. They don't want to dress up like there's a Boulder's Gate, for example. They got some great costumes in there. Hard as shit to cosplay, so people will take small things from the character and wear it like that. Like they'll make a belt, or they'll just wear a shirt, or they'll do their makeup like something. Like it's really cool. Like the main villains of Baldur's Gate 3, that's a cult called the Absolute. And someone I saw at TampaCon, they actually had painted the symbol for it. That's how you can tell, like, it's a long story. But like they have the symbol that shows up on their eye, and someone like just painted it out on their face, and they're like, yeah, I'm too bored. Or he's like, oh, I'm not a patient person, I can't do that shit like all day. I'm like, no, I don't blame you. But it's shit like that that would be considered like a homage, though. Mm-mm. That sounds like he's just mad that he got in trouble for it. That's all.
Unfortunately, it is what it is. But like I said, there wasn't really much conversation about it other than what happened initially. And of course, the conversation was, became very racial. And I think the last time we talked about this, Nicole was just like, the optics don't look good, and they don't. But and I think that when you look at each situation, everybody's just lumping everything together. And in this case, there is some wrong on everybody's part. Um, so we're going to move on because the final conversation we're going to have today is about Cora Jade. So I'll preface it, and then Alexis is going to take over because there's some aspects of this I just simply don't understand. And while I usually take my time to try to learn all of the topics, I just figured Alexis has the tea, let her run with it, and I'll just comment as she tells the story. But Cora Jade seems to be striking a lot of people down for using her content or sharing her content on their socials, primarily over on X, if I recall. Now, this is happening, and she's using the DCMA to do this. And I saw a lot of accounts saying that she really shouldn't have the right to do that. But from what I also saw was that she's been able to get rid of people's accounts. They've actually been struck down. She's taking down full on accounts. So this is just not like, oh, she's this is copyright strike. It's not like that. She's actually taking down whoever's sharing her content, and she doesn't want it shared. She's taking them down for that. So, Alexis, tell us what's going on with Cora Jade.
Hey, finally, my degree can be of use. All right, so before we get started, I just want to explain to people who may not know what the full definition, because we hear DMCA all the time. A lot of YouTubers try to do that when they're mad at another YouTuber to try to get their information. So basically, in a nutshell, the DMCA, or the Digital Millennial Copyright Act, is a 1998 U.S. law that updates copyright law for the digital age by addressing copyright infringement online. It limits liability for internet service providers under certain conditions, makes it illegal to circumvent technological protections on copyrighted materials, and prohibits tampering with copyright management information. The DMC is controversial, particularly for its anti circumvention provisions, but it's also the legal basis for the notice and takedown system used to address copyright infringement. Pretty much what this sums up by saying this was made back in 1998 on what you can and cannot do when it comes to intellectual property and even software and services found online. Now, I saw this on Ringside News, so I'm going to read their article. This was posted on the 16th of November of this year by Steve Carrier. I just want to make sure I get his name out there. And so they broke before that Cora Jade was sending out DMCAs to take down material of hers that was taken from her OnlyFans and was being distributed online. I can understand a lot of people getting upset about that. She's making her money from OnlyFans while wrestling as well. That's not cool that y'all do that. But the thing that caught my attention was that stuff that was under her Cora Jade name from WWE was getting caught up in the mess as well. Now, to my knowledge, Cora does not own the or excuse me, I'm going to call her Cora because I can't think of her other rename right now. So she does not own that name. To my knowledge and to what I was able to find, she does not own the rights to Cora Jade that's strictly WWE property, much like most of the other wrestlers when they let go and they go back to either their old ring names, they come up with new ones, or they go by their names. She does not own it. So this started catching news. So this was a couple days after everyone realized what she was doing. So the article goes, Cora Jade's takedown spree isn't just about leaked thirst traps anymore. It's become a full-blown copyright crackdown against anything connected to her online presence. From public Instagram clips to wrestling coverage and reposted memes, content is being struck down in masses. After looking further into this matter, Ringside News can confirm that these takedowns extend far beyond OnlyFans leaks. Multiple companies are now working simultaneously on her behalf to file DMCA complaints, including Content Armor, Venus Group, also used by Mandy Rose, Secure Reach, Infringement Watch, and likely others. Now, I looked up what these services were. So, the first one, Secure Search. It basically is a digital cyber marketing solutions tailored for your business needs. They have cybersecurity strategy, digital marketing, and brand development. Um, inf- so the Infringement Watch is a service that monitors for trademark infringement. Let's see, what's the other one that I have? Now, and so was one of the other ones that I mentioned. Now, Venus Group, the one I was able to find, it was a textiles essential, but when I looked, it's on the website. It says serves a range of B2B markets from industrial laundries, healthcare facilities, hotel spas, and everything in between. B2B means business to business, a term that describes transactions, services, or interactions that occur between two or more companies rather between a business and an individual consumer. So these companies were the ones sending out these DMCAs on behalf of Cora. Everyone following me so far?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ringside continues. This week alone, Ringside News received a DMCA complaint via Twitter alongside other outlets like Fightful, Sportskeeda, and several wrestling news accounts. The complaint didn't reference private content, but instead cited her TikTok, Instagram, and OnlyFans pages as the source of the aligned infringement. The notification read, I am Michael Langdon, the authorized agent acting on behalf of Cora Jade. It says Cora Jade. It does not say her real name. It says Cora Jade. We identified multiple posts on your platform that uses Cora Jade's content without authorization. The original content can be found on her OnlyFans / Yelena Black, blah, 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 TikTok at Cora Jade, WWE, and her Instagram. We kindly request the removal of these posts to protect Cora Jade's intellectual property. Anybody else with that problem right there?
Why is she calling herself Cora Jade? Did she buy the name back from WWE to be able to use that?
From what I've been able to find, she does not own that name because she went back to her original ring name, this Elena Black, when she went back on the indies. She does not own the rights to that name. That is WWE property. Even if they're on NXT, it's still WWE. So that's why I'm just like, that's very weird that it keeps saying Cora is not her real name. Because her real name is Brianna Coda. It does not say her real name anywhere in that statement that Ringside News is putting, that apparently Fightful, Sportskeeda, and a lot of other people, including fan accounts, have gotten as well.
Okay.
Ringside says, here's the problem. Many of the takedowns are targeting content that isn't owned by Cora Jade at all. Just like the ongoing controversy surrounding Mandy Rose's takedowns, apparently she's trying to do the same thing. Because I think I talked to you guys about that one day before we started recording, because it just like started her doing that. These firms are operating without fully reviewing what they're removing. They're filing claims on anything that even mentions or features Cora's image, even if it was originally posted by WWE or fans who legally captured it. That's not just aggressive, it's potentially illegal. Under 17 U.S. Code 512F, this is the kicker, knowingly filing false or reckless DMCA claims can constitute perjury. If a company sends takedown notices without verifying ownership, it opens the door to serious legal liability. The fact that multiple firms are submitting overlapping claims increases the likelihood of errors, account suspensions, and wrongful takedowns. Yet, despite this growing mess, Cora Jade has remained silent. No warning to fans, no public statement, no guidance for what content is safe to share. Just another link tree drop, new photos, and no answers. If these mass takedowns continue unchecked, it won't be just fan pages filling the sting, it'll be the credibility of the name Cora Jade too. And then, of course, they end, do you think she should step up and address the damage being done? Blah, 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 blah.
So let me see if I got this right. They're not striking content that is specific to her OnlyFans or her fan, whatever it is. Anything that's private and she charges for, that's not the content they're striking. They're striking any content that has to do with Cora Jade in general.
Correct. It started out as a way because originally what people thought was that her OnlyFans stuff being leaked, that's what they were doing. But now it's anything that has her image, and most of the things that have her image are WWE owned pictures.
So is it that the firms are not being specific about what they strike, or are they just striking down everything just to cover their ass?
They're not being specific on what they're picking. Because if this was just for the OnlyFans thing, that's what they should be focusing on. The
So
thing
that's just lazy. That sounds very, very lazy and potentially, yeah, it's illegal. You can't publicly shared images that are constantly shared they're backed by the Fair Use Act. So images that WWE shares on their website or have on their website, as long as you are not perpetuating these images to be your images, they are legally allowed to be circulated. Anything other than that, like Getty images or something like that, those images you would have to vet by the person who took the actual photo. The photographers would own those images. But anything under the WWE banner that they legally put out for everybody to see is definitely something that they have to that they can legally use without having to ask for permission of it.
Mm-hmm. And just pulling this up to read this real quick. The U.S. Copyright Act of 1976 that says legal principle within the U.S. Copyright Act of 1976 permits the limited use of copyrighted material without permission for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Whether a specific use is considered fair depends on a case-by-case assessment of 4 factors: the purpose and character of the use, the nature of the copyright work, the amount and sustainability of the portion used, and the effect of the use of the potential market for the original work. That's why a lot of times, that's why I mentioned YouTube. A lot of times when two YouTubers have beef, that's why they try to send the DCMAs. And that's why a lot of the time they fall off because nothing technically what they were doing was illegal. It would be one thing if they're saying it's copyrighted and you go and play about like 5 seconds of a video that they put online. Technically, that video, yes, they own it, but they put it on a public, this I don't want to say public display. They put it on a peer-to-peer sharing website that people would have access to. So it's not like it, yes, it's technically your video, but you're putting it on a sharing platform and you make it so people can download it. That when because Tiff, you upload stuff to YouTube, they have,
Yeah.
have an option that says, "Would you like people to be able to download this or clip this or something like that?" Right?
Yeah, you can set your content to be clipped. You can set it to be downloaded like as a background. You know how like you want to watch something offline and you need to watch it in the background. You can do that, or you can oh god, what is it? When you upload any content to any platform, there's a copyright infringement filter. It doesn't happen on Instagram as often as it does on YouTube. YouTube's copyright infringement laws are very rigorous. Um, you have to, especially with you be having to make money on your channel and it's monetized. Um, the way that it's set up is they run your whole video through a program that will catch anything that they deem to be copyright infringement. I use pictures from WWE often. The match cards, their renders, all of that is always a part of the show. That is free use. That is a fair use. And so we don't usually get in trouble for using those images. We do, however, get in trouble for using video, sound, and everything like that in between. So if you have a video from the show and they don't want it to be seen, they're gonna strike you immediately. Same thing with AEW. They will strike your shit down immediately if they feel like it infringes on their intellectual property. So that is a very slippery slope. The problem here is the property isn't Cora's. It belongs to WWE, including her name. So it's very interesting that they're doing this on behalf of Cora Jade. They could get in trouble from WWE as well because WWE owns Cora Jade's name. So WWE could be like, we don't like the fact that you're using our intellectual property to strike intellectual properties that don't belong to them. Like the only thing that would make sense is that WWE was like, yeah, we hired these firms to take down all of this stuff. But they wouldn't do that because they don't care about those images. They don't care about the pictures. They don't care about any of that shit. All they care about is the videos that are circulating online. They don't want those videos to be circulated and given all of the views and everything to these content creators. And if it was that serious, like Nicole just mentioned, the guy who was making content out of WWE 2K, he would also get copyright strikes because technically 2K is their intellectual property too. But again, they don't care about that stuff because it's fair use. He's not taking their content and claiming it as his own. He's taking content but creating new content out of it. And there's a big difference.
So I clicked on Ringside News because they talked about the Mandy Rose situation that they got, and it's actually written by the same guy, Steve Carrier. It was back in April of this year, 2025, and pretty much says former WWE superstar turned OnlyFans model Mandy Rose apparently doesn't want websites writing about her OF career. I'm trying to scrub it off the internet. I'm just gonna like speed read this.
Why? She does do OF.
Well, they learned that Ringside News has learned that Mandy Rose has been filing DMC takedown notices through Google's system and attempt to remove articles that cover her OnlyFans content. The takedown efforts have been ongoing for months, starting back in October of 2024. What she's doing, and this is what Ringside News is saying, what she's doing is abusing the Googles. Oh my God, I sound like my dad. What she's doing is abusing the copyright system. She's targeting articles that include publicly available images and promotional posts she shared on her own social media accounts to market her subscription based content. These materials are fair use,
Told
used in
you.
context of news reporting and commentary, and do not violate copyright law in any way. But that hasn't stopped her from trying to get removed. Ringside News alone, remember this was back in April of this year. Ringside News alone received over 80 false claims from Rose attempting to take down content that doesn't meet the standard for copyright protection. And she is not just coming after us, other outlets have reached out to confirm they've been hit by similar fake reports. Let's be clear, this is the same content that led to her WWE. I like this guy. He's getting real with these articles. Let's be clear, this is the same content that led to her WWE release in the first place. In 2022, Mandy Rose was fired. Wow, is that really 2022?
Yep.
Mandy Rose was fired from WWE after explicit content from her fan time page, which she used to promote racy paid material, violated WWE's internal content standards. That firing brought her massive attention and skyrocketed her earnings on platforms like OnlyFans. Now she wants to rewrite the narrative by trying to erase it. When she came after Ringside News, we pushed back. We filed counterclaims, and when Google requested legal proof of or copyright documentation, she failed to provide anything because she couldn't. These claims are baseless. The articles she's trying to remove fall under legally protected fair use. Trying to use the DMCA system to hide publicly available self posted content is not only dishonest, it's an attempt to silence factual reporting through fraudulent claims. I need to meet this guy. Steve, you a hell of a writer, homie.
Yeah, for one, Spring Size Real News isn't writing bullshit.
Shit, he's the founder of Ringside News.
Mm. He
Okay.
definitely writes bullshit.
Well, like you say, a broken clock can be right twice a day.
Mm.
So it just goes back to, I mean, we kind of joked about this, but we were also talking serious about it, is that Mandy is basically trying to start her own little thing every time like one of the new like the younger girls get released from NXT or WWE, and she's always like, hey, come over here and start an OnlyFans. Like I think she's trying to get them. I think she's part of it because she's probably the person who gave um I'm just gonna call her Cora, fuck it, who gave Cora the idea. It's a dumb idea, it's an illegal idea, and you can really see some repercussions on this shit.
Yeah.
Like I understand why she. That's the thing that I don't get. It does none of this. What I was just reading from Ringside News, none of that has her real name in it.
Nope.
And I haven't been able to find anything that said that anybody has gotten anything with her real name. But that was the whole thing with like if a person, and I hate using YouTube as a example, but it's the only one that I know of. That's why a lot of times when YouTubers are beefing and one YouTuber has like a full persona, they don't put their face on there, they use like an avatar or they use a picture or they use something and they don't show their actual face or use their real name. That's people who send them. That's my dog snoring, by the way. Sorry if you can hear him.
It's
That's why they
okay.
DMCA's and all that legal bullshit because they can get their name, their us all this fucking information of theirs so they can find out who they are.
Yeah.
And that's not really legal either.
Well,
That,
when you have a YouTube channel, if you're reporting lies, like some of these Russian YouTube channels that were reporting on Kenny Lattimore and his wife, Judge Karen. They were reporting lies about their relationship, reporting lies about them in general, and it was like 6 or 7 channels that was reporting about their relationship, claiming that the relationship was over and that they were in ready to get a divorce, just all kind of shit. And they ended up having to subpoena them, get the documents, get track their IP addresses, and they were able to find out that these were all Russian bots creating black tea channels to discredit black celebrities and obviously to make money off of them celebrities. So
Yeah, so the information that they try to get out, this is why I'm so happy my degree is useful right now. The information they are trying to it's called personally identifiable information, which is called PII. Any information that can be used to identify someone, like a government ID, birth date, address, phone numbers, anything that you have on you that says that you are this person, it's information that they can get a hold of and you pose it as you, which is really horrifying when you think of that. Because then you got a bunch of other stuff. Where's that other shit that I was reading in here? Uh Shit. I had it in here. No, I don't need yeah. Yeah, that doesn't matter because that's already out of date. So fuck that shit. Um, yeah, so it's a big old mess. The fact that she hasn't said anything, I don't think it's helping her out a whole lot either. But I mean, that kind of makes her look bad. But again, I'm gonna try to see if I'm gonna find anything else because again, why is it not in her real name?
uh-uh.
But that's the thing that's tripping me up. Why is it not in her real name?
I don't know, but I find that to be very, very interesting.
Hmm. So yeah, I just
It's just wild.
it's not adding up.
I'm shocked that girl kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
what do you guys think? Because again, I'm just happy I can use my degree on the show and know what the hell I'm talking
I
about.
mean, I don't think too much about it. I think honestly, it's more so. I think honestly, it's more so that it's not what people think it is.
yeah,
Do you think it's even her who's doing it? Like,
yeah, I do. Well, no, because she wouldn't use. Damn, is he? She wouldn't use.
well,
She would not use Cora Jade though.
yeah, that's the thing that's tripping me up.
Oh,
What?
Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Damn.
gosh darn it.
Oh shit.
I
They
knew it.
turned on her. I knew it was coming. All of them had on black and she got on purple. I
Who?
knew it. Um,
That was just my interesting thing to add to the show. So I thought it was kind of funny, or not
I
funny,
didn't give
but
it to anybody. This is bullshit. Anyways,
That pop up kick though, that was clean though. I ain't gonna lie. That was a clean kick Izzy did. She's a good striker though.
I knew it was coming. And they all was dressed in black. she dressed in purple and black. I was like, that's off. They supposed to be a squad. You know what I'm saying? Mm. They finna have all of these bitches with titles. It's so disappointing.
That's why I think fucking Jordan's probably gonna get that TNA title. Ain't got nobody else.
No, Jordan been talking a lot of cash shit as of lately, and really, the best title defense she had was against um was the one she had in TNA just recently.
Yeah.
Her other title defense against Jordan, she couldn't beat her, so she cheated.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I think she's gonna lose soon.
if she don't lose to Jordan, she need to lose to Lei Ying, but I don't think she gonna lose in that triple threat. It might be at deadline.
Yeah, I don't think she's. I think she's gonna lose that match, but I don't think she's gonna get pinned.
That's fine. I don't care. Well, as far as Elena Black, Cora Jade, Brianna, apples, oranges, whatever.
Yeah.
As far as she is concerned, I don't know. This seems very odd. It's odd and it's lazy work. And on the behalf of the firms, one, they should vet their clients a little bit more if this isn't Elena Black doing this. And two, they also need to be very specific about how they target people's pages and channels when it comes to this type of situation. Because if you're talking about cutting off people's, channels simply because you um you heard that this person was using this content, you can see the content that was being used. It's not even content that she owns. So it makes sense. It doesn't make any sense for her to be going after people that she can't really do anything about. So I don't know. I find it to be very, very odd. It's just odd work.
I don't know, but I hope they got money for lawyers. That's all I'm hoping.
Well, apparently they do. So they can do whatever they want to. We've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. So we're going to get out of here and let y'all marinate on this conversation. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.